This bag sells for $50,000, and there is a waiting list that stretches for years. The Hermès Birkin is the most coveted handbag on earth, a status symbol that appreciates in value faster than gold. But every bag begins here, with a creature that has remained unchanged for 200 million years. In the remote wetlands of northern Australia, specialized farms raise crocodiles for the luxury leather industry. These farms house over 50,000 crocodiles, each one potentially destined to become a luxury accessory worth. The journey begins with eggs, collected from nests and incubated under precisely controlled conditions for 90 days. Temperature determines everything. Even a half-degree variation affects the sex and survival rate of the hatchlings. After 3 months, hatchlings break free, each one just 20 centimeters long but already bearing the distinctive scale pattern. Every hatchling is measured, tagged, and documented. Their growth will be monitored for the next 3 to 4 years. Young crocodiles are separated by size, preventing larger animals from injuring smaller ones as they grow. They're fed a carefully formulated diet of chicken, fish, and kangaroo, optimized for healthy skin development. Veterinarians regularly inspect each animal. Any skin damage reduces the leather's value dramatically. The belly skin is most prized. Its symmetrical scale pattern creates the distinctive look luxury buyers demand. After 3 years, crocodiles reach harvest size, each animal now measuring over 3 meters from snout to tail. The harvest process follows strict ethical guidelines, designed to minimize stress and ensure humane treatment. Only the center belly panel, roughly 40 centimeters wide, meets the standards required for Hermès quality leather. Skilled technicians remove hides with surgical precision. A single misplaced cut can ruin thousands of dollars in potential value. Every hide is inspected and graded immediately. Imperfections as small as a pinprick can downgrade the entire skin. Only 15% of hides achieve the top grade required for Hermès products. The rest go to other luxury brands. Fresh hides are immediately salted, beginning a preservation process that prevents bacterial degradation during transport. From Australian farms, premium hides travel 12,000 miles to tanneries in France, a journey taking several weeks. In the French countryside, family-owned tanneries have processed exotic leathers for generations, their techniques refined over centuries. When hides arrive, the transformation from raw material to luxury leather begins, a process taking 6 to 8 months. First, hides soak in water baths for days, rehydrating the preserved skins and removing all traces of salt. Fleshing machines remove any remaining tissue from the hide's underside, creating a uniform thickness throughout. The hide must be thinned to exactly 1 millimeter, thick enough for durability, but supple enough to fold without cracking. Lime baths remove the outer scale layer, a delicate process that preserves the distinctive pattern beneath. Master tanners hand scrape each hide, a technique unchanged since the 19th century that machines cannot replicate. These artisans have trained for over 20 years, their expertise determining whether a hide becomes a $50,000 bag or is rejected. Vegetable tanning uses tree bark extracts, a slow process that creates leather with unmatched depth and character. Mimosa and chestnut bark provide the tannins, natural compounds that transform raw hide into stable leather. The tanning process alone takes 6 months, hides rotating in drums for hours each day as they slowly transform. When hides emerge, they've changed completely. Raw reptile skin transformed into supple, aromatic leather. Stretched on frames, the leather dries slowly over several weeks. Controlled humidity prevents cracking and warping. Hand buffing brings out the natural luster, each scale beginning to reflect light like polished stone. Dyeing requires absolute precision. Hermès offers their bags in over 300 colors, each formula closely guarded. The dye must penetrate evenly through every scale. Inconsistent color absorption would ruin the finished product. From classic gold to rare blue jean, each color requires its own formula, developed over decades of experimentation. After dyeing, leathers hang for days, allowing excess moisture to evaporate while the color sets permanently. Finishing oils nourish the leather, creating the soft hand feel that distinguishes Hermès from lesser brands. Final inspection rejects any leather with invisible flaws, standards so strict that most tanneries would consider them excessive. Only the finest hides, representing perhaps 5% of the original harvest, are approved for Hermès production. Each hide is packed individually, protected for its journey to the Hermès ateliers, where master craftsmen await. The Hermès ateliers are temples of craftsmanship, where a single artisan creates an entire bag from start to finish. Each artisan completes every step personally. There are no assembly lines at Hermès, only individual mastery. The craftsman selects which portion of leather to use, matching scale patterns and ensuring perfect symmetry across the bag. Pattern placement is crucial. The center belly scales must align precisely on the bag's front panel for maximum visual impact. A single Birkin requires 2 to 3 crocodile hides. Only the most symmetrical sections of each are used. Each cut must be perfect. Crocodile leather cannot be corrected once the knife has passed through. The cut pieces are arranged and checked, ensuring every component will harmonize in the finished product. Edge skiving thins the leather where pieces will join, creating clean folds without added bulk. Every stitch hole is marked by hand. The signature Hermès saddle stitch requires holes on both sides of the leather. The saddle stitch uses 2 needles passing through each hole. If one thread breaks, the other holds the seam intact. Waxed linen thread is threaded onto curved needles. Each artisan prepares their own thread to exact specifications. The artisan works both needles simultaneously, a technique requiring years of practice to master. A single Birkin requires over 2,000 individual stitches, each one placed by hand over 18 to 25 hours. Edge painting seals and decorates every cut edge, the iconic orange of Hermès appearing in these small details. Bone folders create the crisp creases. Plastic tools would damage the delicate crocodile surface. The hardware alone is worth hundreds of dollars. Palladium or gold plating on locks, clasps, and feet. Every lock is hand-engraved with a unique number, matching the key that accompanies the bag. Hardware installation requires perfect alignment. Crooked fittings would ruin weeks of work. Interior construction receives the same attention. Every pocket, every lining sewn to identical standards. As the pieces come together, the bag's iconic shape emerges, geometry perfected over 8 decades. After 48 hours of work spread across several days, the bag approaches completion. Each craftsman stamps their personal mark inside, signing their work for posterity. Final polishing brings out the leather's depth, each scale becoming a tiny mirror reflecting light. Stuffed with tissue, the bag is examined for shape. Any asymmetry sends it back for adjustment. Quality inspection at Hermès is legendary. Bags are rejected for flaws invisible to most eyes. Stitch spacing must be perfectly consistent. Variation of even half a millimeter triggers rejection. Rejected bags are completely disassembled, their components destroyed to prevent unauthorized sale. Approved bags are wrapped in signature orange tissue, the color Hermès has trademarked worldwide. The orange box and brown ribbon are themselves status symbols, immediately recognizable around the world. Each bag ships with certificates of authenticity, documenting the crocodile's origin, the tanner, and the craftsman. In boutiques worldwide, these bags await their owners, often sold before they even reach the shelf. For most buyers, there is a waiting list, years of relationship building before being offered the chance to purchase. Birkins appreciate faster than most investments, some bags reselling for triple their original price within years. At auction, rare crocodile Birkins have sold for over $400,000, the most expensive handbags ever traded. Christie's and Sotheby's now hold dedicated Hermès auctions, treating these bags as fine art. The knowledge passes generation to generation, apprentices training for years before touching crocodile leather. These hands have created thousands of bags, each one carrying the accumulated skill of a lifetime. From egg to boutique, the journey takes 18 months, 1,000 pounds of crocodile feed, 6 months of tanning, 48 hours of handcraft. Every scale on the bag once protected a living creature, now preserved forever in leather form. In the farms of northern Australia, another generation of crocodiles grows, destined for handbags that will outlast their owners. In French tanneries, ancient techniques transform hide to leather, chemistry and tradition working together. And in the ateliers of Hermès, another craftsman begins another bag, 48 hours of devotion about to begin. This is how crocodile leather becomes a $50,000 handbag, through patience, precision, and centuries of accumulated knowledge. The Hermès Birkin represents the pinnacle of leather craftsmanship, where agriculture, chemistry, and artistry converge. For those who carry one, it is more than a bag. It is a connection to craftsmen, tanners, and farmers across 3 continents, from Australian wetlands through French workshops to boutiques worldwide. Every Birkin travels 30,000 miles before reaching its owner. Every bag carries the invisible signature of hundreds of workers, farmers, tanners. This is Hermès, where tradition meets obsession and ordinary materials become extraordinary objects. The tools wait on the workbench, ready to transform another crocodile hide into another masterpiece. If you found this journey fascinating, subscribe for more inside looks at the world's most exclusive manufacturing processes. Each crocodile consumes over 1,000 pounds of feed during its lifetime, an investment that must be protected until harvest. The raw materials alone cost thousands, but the labor of master craftsmen comprises the largest share of value. Leather must flex thousands of times without cracking. Durability testing ensures decades of use ahead. Finished leathers are stored in climate-controlled vaults, humidity and temperature precisely maintained to prevent degradation. No two crocodile hides are identical. Like fingerprints, each scale pattern is unique to the individual animal. Thread color must complement the leather perfectly. Craftsmen choose from over 400 shades for each project. 4 metal feet protect the bag when set down. Even these small details receive the same obsessive attention. Birkins come in 4 sizes, from the compact 25 centimeter to the substantial 40 centimeter travel size. The interior features multiple pockets and compartments, functional design hidden beneath luxurious exterior. Even after purchase, crocodile leather requires care. Owners are taught proper conditioning techniques to maintain the leather. Hermès offers lifetime spa service. Craftsmen restore and repair bags regardless of age. Bags from the 1980s return looking new, testament to both original quality and restoration expertise. Restoration requires complete disassembly. Every stitch removed, every piece cleaned, then reassembled by hand. Replacement hardware matches original specifications exactly, maintaining the bag's authenticity and value. Apprentice training takes 2 years before even touching exotic leather. Basic skills perfected on standard materials first. Most craftsmen spend 5 years before being trusted with crocodile. The stakes are simply too high for inexperience. Knowledge passes through demonstration. Techniques too subtle for written instruction, transmitted hand to hand. The same stitch is practiced thousands of times, until the motion becomes automatic, perfect every time. Final evaluation determines who advances. Not all apprentices complete the journey to master status. The hierarchy reflects decades of tradition, master craftsmen having typically served 30 years or more. When master craftsmen retire, their tools pass to chosen successors. Physical connection to lineage of skill. Each craftsman modifies their tools over time. Handles worn smooth, blades shaped to personal preference. Every morning, the cycle continues. 50,000 crocodiles stirring as another day begins. Workers inspect every animal daily. Health monitoring ensuring the quality that luxury demands. Globally, fewer than 20 farms produce leather meeting Hermès standards. Exclusivity begins at the source. The satisfying click of the lock closing. A small moment that represents 18 months of work completed. From pool to boutique, the 18-month transformation from crocodile to icon complete. This is how crocodile leather becomes a $50,000 Hermès Birkin, where nature meets craftsmanship and time transforms hide into heirloom. The relationship between creature and craft continues. Each generation of crocodiles destined for bags that will outlast us all. In the tannery, the drums keep turning through the night, time itself a critical ingredient in transformation. From a single egg weighing just 100 grams to a masterpiece worth $50,000. The ultimate transformation. Every bag is documented in workshop logs, dating back generations. A continuous record of creation. Completed bags travel under armed guard. Individual pieces worth more than most vehicles carrying them. Arriving at boutiques worldwide, each bag is unwrapped and inspected one final time before meeting its future owner. From royalty to celebrities, the Birkin has become universal symbol of achievement, carried by those at the peak of their fields. These bags pass through generations, mothers leaving daughters not just possessions, but investments that grow in value. In the Hermès archive, bags from every era tell the story of evolving craftsmanship, each generation building on the last. Today, somewhere in France, a new apprentice begins their journey, decades of dedication stretching ahead. This is how crocodile leather becomes a $50,000 Hermès Birkin, where nature meets craftsmanship and time transforms hide into heirloom. If you found this journey fascinating, subscribe for more inside looks at the world's most exclusive manufacturing processes. Next time, we travel to Japan, where master swordsmiths forge katanas worth $6,000 using techniques unchanged for 800 years.